It's been a while since I've ridden a bike, and I haven't exactly been maintaining that level of fitness, so today, we're going to see how far I can bike without any training. We're 5 kilometers into the ride, and we're at the first climb. And I'm not going to lie, I definitely overestimated myself. With all the snow and the ice, I was not making it up the hill. But don't click off the video yet, because I didn't give up. Slowly but surely, I walked my bike up the hill and made it to the top. And as a reward, I started stripping. I actually really like this part of the trail. You pass under the highway and there's a bunch of cool graffiti to look at. I'm still out of breath from the last climb, so this one will be especially challenging, even just walking it, which I obviously had to do. And after the longest 5 minutes of my life, I was at the top. That's pretty much it for big climbs. There are a few little hills here and there, but the worst of it's out of the way now. We're 7 kilometers in, and we found a little waterfall. You can just barely see it through the trees. This bridge is only like 2 minutes away from the waterfall, but I wanted to show you the stream because this is what flows into the waterfall, where the water falls. Little bit of ASMR for you. Alright, that's all you get. My legs were already killing me, so this shoveled sidewalk was a much needed break. Even going uphill, I'm still double the speed as I was on any other part of this ride. This road was pretty sketchy, especially with the conditions, so I decided it best to hop on the other side of the guardrail and bike from there. So we are 12 kilometers in and taking our first actual break. And we're also at the Devil's Punch Bowl. I only stayed here about 5 minutes, just long enough to lose all my warmth and take a sip of water. This is where it got really hard. Since these trails are less known, the snow isn't packed down from people walking on it. That and the ice under it makes for a slow and bumpy ride. It felt like I was moving at walking speed. After 5 kilometers of bumpy trail, I couldn't be happier to see and feel a smooth road. But my happiness was quickly snuffed out by this never-ending bridge. This was without a doubt the hardest part of the entire ride. Picture this, you have a wooden bridge, and when it snows, the gaps don't fill in. So what you're left with is a long, bumpy path made of ice, and as you may have guessed, it's not the best to ride a bike on. If you've ever ridden a bike across roots, it's basically that. After 2 kilometers of this bridge, I hit my breaking point. I could hardly sit in the bike seat, let alone pedal, and I was not trying to ride back in the dark. So, I reattached my chain that fell off and turned around. On the way back, all I could think about, the only thing going through my mind, is I should have waited for better weather. The snow and the ice, it was so much harder than I thought it would be. That and the fog makes for some pretty nice scenery. After a while, I decided to take a proper break to refuel. I didn't bring a lot of food, but what I did have was half a container of trail mix. And my God, I've never been happier to put nuts in my mouth. After some standing around, I was freezing, so that was my cue to leave. Nothing too eventful happened on the way back, minus being cold and sore, so I won't bore you with that. But overall, we made it 37 kilometers, and I've got to say, this ride was harder than I ever could have imagined. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you're still here, you might as well watch this video where me and my friend explored the cottage life in the dead of winter.